Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's March 11th, 2022, and this video was began being recorded on February 11th, 2022. And what I've done is I've taken some of the video clips that were captured by the trail camera that's located at the junction where the Upper Beaver Dam road is, and it joins the lower Beaver Dam road. And so this is just set back a little ways on that junction where I'm building the new road that extends from here. So I've been a wildlife and a nature lover for my entire life, and so I thought I'd try and share this video with you, which shows some of the critters that are frequently visiting this area on the property. So you're going to see some deer here. Here's a young buck in this location. You'll see some younger bucks in here as well, and a fair number of does and fawns. You'll see foxes, and that one just scented that spot. You'll see fishers, you'll see mink, crows, coyotes. What else? I can't think of everything right now. But this video would be well over 3 hours long if I had not edited out all of the weather changes or circumstances where a bird, either a crow or a hawk, swung down. Now you see this fox is having a little fun with the crows that were just here. And one of the things I'll say is, if you look around in the trees up on the margins, you'll see crows up here, sitting here and over here. They'll always put their sentinel crows out there, keeping an eye on things, and one at a time, and then multiple crows will come down. But there's always sentries out there looking for potential threats. And there are potential threats that will drive the crows off that you may not be able to see unless you're looking at the background. So straight ahead of us is the lower Beaver Dam and the lower Beaver Wall pond. Sorry, I'm just watching the coyote there. And you'll see the coyote and the fox all coming within a few minutes of each other. So you've got to look at it closely. So that's just behind where the crows are now is the lower Beaver Pond. That's frozen over still at this point. So if you look back on the other side of that pond, you'll see another access road down there. And if you pay attention, you'll see the deer moving back through that area. You'll see the fisher moving along in there as well. And that will spook some of the sentries, including the deer as well, and get them to move out. So that's kind of important. On February 11th, when I dropped off these apples, one of the things I noticed over on the far right hand side of the screen over here is I noticed probably thousands of dead fish, lots and lots of dead sunfish. And I was worried that there might be contaminants dumped into the water. That was a fisher that just ran by. And you'll see the fisher a few more times in the video. But I think it may have just been winter kill. And when I came down yesterday and gathered up some fish and gathered up some water, there was really a reduced number of fish. And I thought, geez, what happened to all these fish? Well, if you pay attention in this video, you'll see the foxes going across the pond back here and making their way across the road. And you'll see the fisher going over there, and they're all getting, the mink, the fisher, the fox, all go along in there and keep getting the fish that are over there on that margin. And you'll see the various groups of deer, and you'll see some of their mannerisms, how they're, when the groups come together. I've noticed these mannerisms in the food forest as well. The deer up here mate in the late fall. So we're far enough north where, unless they, I guess if a doe doesn't get mated in time, she can come back into estrus in early January and all. But I think the whole mating season is over at this point, and we will see the bucks around in close proximity to the does as well, which we don't necessarily see at all times. The area right at the foot of where the deer are now is what I'd suggest is a secondary spillway. So the water making its way from the upper beaver dam, or the upper beaver pond, it goes through the stone wall that the road is built on top of, and the water just goes through it rather slowly and all. And I can see the differences what the beaver do with the sediment that's at at the base of the pond. They build it up on such a slant going out deeper into the pond, and then you'll see places where some of that sediment is removed. And I think that they're recognizing that that if there's too much of a big thaw or heavy downpours, they're trying to control the amount of erosion of their dam. So if they had a simple, small, narrow spillway in one location of their dam during the springtime, that could just rip apart the whole darn dam wall, and that would be a major issue. There's a fissure again that you can see. We'll see him in a little while during the daylight time. So what the beaver do is they manage their dam wall where the sediment is packed in between those stones, and I think what they're doing is they're opening up some of that so during the springtime more water can make its way through the stones. They also have places which are high, like this area that we see on the screen in front of us. You'll see that opens up even further as we have a heavy rain and we have a big thaw. Most of the footage of the high windstorms have been removed from this video because it'd be very boring for you to see the snowstorms and the winds moving the trees without the wildlife there. You can see a crow acting as sentinel right now. Now one crow comes down, and of course there's other crows around as well. But this area where you see the water moving through the snow right now, I call an accessory spillway, and the beaver always have places that are locations where the water can breach the surface of the dam, but there's a lot of soil behind it and trees and various vegetative growth that keeps the ground from eroding significantly. So this whole accessory spillway that we see in front of us now, in a couple of minutes you'll see, wow, it's really going to open up even more. But because it's passive, meaning that it's very wide area and it's moving through the various vegetation that's keeping the soil from being eroded, it doesn't do any damage to their dam wall. There's the mink again. I'm sorry, that was the fisher that time going through. Another fox. The coyotes there's a fisher again. They are very tough critters, and they keep the porcupines under control all around. There's a shot. You can see this is a time when we got quite a bit of rain, and it really warmed up significantly. It's just about freezing temperature right now during this video clip, but it got pretty darn warm. Probably in the lower 40s around this time zone with the high winds and all, but that footage has already been cut out. All the neat smells around here. And there's one of the wild cats in the neighborhood. Fisher. More deer. So one of the places to watch is right back in here. There's a fisher there coming up. He'll come up over the road, and he's in there grabbing some fish. He'll grab a bunch of them. They've got really big feet. They can grab, and they've got claws on their feet. It's like snowshoes, so they can go through deep snow very, very well. But they can hold a whole lot of food in their limbs. They'll grab a hold of stuff and hold it right up against their chest as they're moving along. So it's pretty interesting. And maybe this video is too fast to be able to see the wildlife moving back and forth along this accessory roadway in the background. So whenever I'm working in the forest, I'm always listening to the crows because they're going to tell me what's going on. If someone's coming, they let me know long before I could see them. They certainly let us know if there's a predator in the area. They're very vocal. They'll let you know that there's a predator in the area, and they sound their alarms, and that alarm system will go out for quite a ways because the crows will all communicate with each other. So look in the background, you see the deer working their way around back there. If you're looking way in the background, you'll see the deer moving way back there. You probably have to have a pretty big screen in order to be able to see what's going on. Sunset's coming, a real pretty time of the day with the colors. So this is what I love, being out here in nature. Well, if you found this video of value, I hope you did enjoy it. Please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and stay safe and enjoy nature. It's amazing. We can all learn something from nature.